Baba Skakhane, angibingelele.
Ngiyacela ukubingelela kakhulu Baba Somkhanda, ngibingelele ubuholi beVibe FM 94.7 and ngibingelele umlaleli wherever la asilalele khona. Ngibonge kakhulu ithuba la namhlanje. Amen.
Hayi akwesiqale sithi Happy Father's Day. What do you say labo baba abangaka abacela umhlaba?
Happy Father's Day baba. Yo. That's good. I had a very late night. Ngiyabona ekuseni nami sengiwathola ama messages ambalo. But I think it is worth noting that there's a statement that I almost like I heard and it just stuck with me. Daddy is destiny. So that speaks to how important fathers are in a family, in a land, in a nation. So if they're not pointing out direction, and there's no destiny at all. So sifuna ukuthi nje Happy Father's Day and siqale kobaba bazalayo sidlulele emphakathini. Mhlambe ngafika emphakathini, there's something that I always say babukumba ukuthi even in our families noma sinabo baba abazala biologically, but you have also family fathers, people who heard and spearhead. Told is the head of the Skakhane family, with all the fathers in there and the sons and all the wives, but we have to submit to that person or to that group or council of fathers.
Ngoba awengithi nje khona la inhlanganiso yomndeni la ubaba wakho othayo ubaba is everything, kodwa mase kuhlangenwe uyayathule ukhuluma abanye alalela abanye ukuthi bathini
abanye obaba. So it could be his brothers, but ngokwe rank and responsibility they are above. So sifuna nokuhlonipha nje Happy Father's Day, and leyana kababukumba it's a very very serious and demanding position. La othola ukuthi gaxatshana la ekhaya, you have to be the peacemaker in this family. You need to make sure that the kids do not take part in whatever is happening with abazali and abantu bahambelana. People come to gatherings because some will decide no more, no longer attending. Yeah, so that the family continues, because if you don't do that, there is no destiny that is going to be reached. So, and in churches, we have to also acknowledge fathers there who do amazing work. At work, I know good at work. I normally don't like angazi ukuthi indle emnyama ithandelani le nto. Mina babukumbi ngijwayele, I know ukuthi understanding yethu ihlukile. Sengijwayele ukuyichitha ngoba lapha emsebenzini kwesinye isikhathi umuntu uzomthatha ngeculture, angithi namaZulu siyahlonipha. Umuntu kwesinye isikhathi asikubizi ngobaba ngoba usizala, asikubizi futhi ngobaba mhlawumbe kwesinye isikhathi ngoba usezingeni lo baba bethu ngeminyaka, kodwa ngenxa ukuthi mhlawumbe uyikhansela sesikubiza ngobaba ukhansela. Angithobo lento sifaka inhlonipho. So manje emsebenzini abanye uthola ukuthi banikezwa lo ndawo bese beya abuse kwesinye isikhathi, ngakho kwesihoxise ngoba kubona ukuthi siyaphambana phela, sign a contract, let's adopt 10. Yabo. So such things. But nasemsebenzini bakhona abantu abangobaba that really supposed to be appreciated. People babukumbi abathi ngishonelwe, they attend to you. Yabo. Ekhathini enzima, they are there. So esikhathini la ustrugglisha khona personally with work, they come through for you. So babukumbi nje sifuna ukuhlonipha omalume. Omalume. Ngiyababona nje laba omalume ngegama lele selikhona manje. But people othola ukuthi ugwinye ingane zodadewabo zabafowabo abanye sebashona, and they become the father in the family, and they make sure that the family continues. As I say, daddy is destiny. So they point out destiny to those young men and young women also, and then they find father figures in those people. And umsebenzi abawenzayo babukumbi is exceptional, and it deserve all commendation. And ngakho ke sithi ke happy Father's Day to all of them.
No, siyabonga kakhulu. Usiphathele namuhla.
Baba Gumbi, as we continue the youth month, sinento ethi, I would like us to look at the power of youth with a vision.
Okay.
The power of youth with a vision, because Baba Gumbi, I think in all my research and trying to understand what youth is, it is clear that there is a very beautiful way of having a fitting and a prosperous and an impactful youth in a nation, right? So, and the thing that happens is when a youth has a vision, then you're going to manifest their power. You're going to see what they're capable of. You're going to be amazed. You know, Baba Kumbi, when you look at, I like the graduation ceremonies. I don't know what they spiced it with these days. So people are graduating not in a conventional way. You be struck in your regale, you cannot move an inch. You just go, and the director did what they do. But now,
like a robot.
Yes, you're like a robot. Now, manje, everything is just out there, and people are having fun. Parents are coming there and expressing their joy. So, like, you see the tears in their eyes, and you see that this is vision coming into reality. You see the money that maybe this woman borrowed to make sure, the loan she took, the hard work that she put in, working in farms, domestic worker, and all of those things, even the middle class, all those things. So in that beautiful moment, that's where you capture vision being fulfilled. You see, so that's a youth who made sure that everything that was before my sight, the vision blinded me.
Yeah.
Because that's the power of vision. Vision, Babu Kumbi, it's the, I had to define it a bit different, it's the future in imagination. So in your mind, there's a clear picture of what the future holds. And what you see physically and what you see in your imagination outweighs what you see physically, and then you do not worry about the things that look beautiful now, because you know the future. You have seen the future. And Mabukumbi, that's where you see Abantu Abasha rising and emerging as leaders. Someone who lives in a township but see themselves in Germany for whatever reason. Yes, so yes, that picture in that person's mind just drives everything that they do. And I want us to look at a case study. It's a book written by Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2 to 3. I'm reading in the New King James Version, and it says, "Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come, and it will not tarry." I like this thing, Babu Komi. So, one thing that we may just pick up, Babu Komi, write the vision and make it plain on tablet. Why that happens, Babu Komi? This is the important part. The youth is an emerging people, right? We made a distinction last week that in our previous session that whenever you speak of youth, you're not talking about future leaders, but you are talking about leaders in the making, in the present, right? It's just that the scale of influence might not be the influence that you expect later. But history has proven to us, as we discussed, that people can become millionaires at a very young age. So you can't tell me that's a future leader. That's a leader in the now. They're making strides already. So if you look at this, Babukumi, look at we were speaking about environments, right? So now look at the handover from one generation to another. Maybe this is worth noting that as we've been defining vision, maybe for a lot of time, Babukumi, vision is not owned by any individual, but rather it is served by individuals, sometimes in a corporate setting, right? But this is what happens here. When the writer speaks of the vision, says, write the vision and make it plain. So he who reads it may run with it, right? Look at the handover. There's a vision and there is someone who's going to read a vision and then run with it, right? So one thing that we need to know, youth is supposed to be a reading youth. Very important. So what does reading mean? It means comprehension, the ability to extract meaning out of written information. Ultimately, the ability to interpret context and reality. So if you have a youth that does not read or interpret information, you're going to have a youth that struggle. You know, when a parent complains, I don't understand the youth of today.
Yeah, kujwayelekile ukuzwa abantu abadala bewaveza lawo comments.
And then what you have also, you have the youth saying, why are parents so stuck
in the past?
In the past. So you see, there's this disconnect. Hence, I was emphasizing in our first session that the environment then in this case becomes very important, right? But we're not speaking to the environment now. We're speaking to a youth with vision, because vision is for an appointed time. That's what the youth shouldn't miss. Because once you miss your time, you have missed out on everything.
After that, you'll be chasing what you missed.
You are chasing what you missed, and you at the expense, Babukumi, you are missing the lives that you could have changed, the environments that you could have been in. There's opulence. There are things, Babukumi, when you do not miss your time, you get to tread on for free. There are rooms that you get to be in. So, oh man, I was reading this just from a friend of mine. He just posted on his status, and I can't even remember the guy's name, but he says, there will never be peace to a man who have seen what he could be. You can never have peace when you have seen your vision, when you have seen what you are capable of, and you do not see it being realized. Hence, I'm saying, so a youth with a vision reads, because in their minds, they just want to get clarity. Maybe let us make this thing clear, Babukumi. This is where maybe other leaders will fail to transition with the next generation of the youth, right? So when vision has not been made plain or simple. Okay, I want to make this a point that it doesn't matter if a young person grows up in circumstances that are not advantageous, a background that is troublesome, a background that does not allow you easily to succeed. This is what I want to make clear. Sometimes the vision made plain is not in your environment. It is not easily reachable. Your parents might not possess a clear vision for your life, but there are many places with clear vision already. And that's very important.
Ngizama njalo ukubuka a vision of a young man vis-a-vis a vision of a parent about a young man.
But these things, plain, simple. It's very key in this context because this is what maybe I'll have to emphasize on Babukumbi. I just want to make reference to these things, right? So there are many visions. And I've said this over and over. You need to be comfortable at understanding many visions. You can't focus on one vision because in your family, there's a family vision. And the company that you might be working in or own, there is a particular vision. There's a vision for your nation. There's a vision for your province, a vision for your local area, right? So there's a vision of your wife. There's a vision for your children. So there's a vision for a supermarket, a clothing. There are visions, multiple visions out there. And for you having a vision, you must know that no vision stands alone on the earth because it's a corporate space. You see, a supermarket that produces clothing has to eat. Definitely has to eat. And those who eat needs to wear something. Right? So you can't separate these things. Though you may serve it at particular times, at particular locations, with particular skills, but you're going to eventually serve other visions for your visions to grow. Vision is dependent on other visions, right? A family vision that has collapsed might influence a person who is in that vision not to perform well at work. Also, when the vision of the work collapses, you might not be able to provide for the very family that you come from. So I'm just making that clear. So when it comes to plain, making vision simple, you have to have time. And this is where I think, Babukumbi, a lot of people kind of have a challenge, right? So you don't have a time to listen to your parent. Or the parent doesn't even give you that time. I've seen people, I have a very dichotomous story of a friend of mine that I grew up with from high school to varsity. This guy, it's quite amazing. Things just happen. He's a great keyboard player now, but he was forced by his father. He did not like it at all. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you get things that are forced on you, and then they become who you are, and you end up enjoying those things. And there are things that you are not privy to. You don't get a chance, but you know deep down in you, you want to be that thing. So that thing is not in your environment, but you need to go out there. You have a love for music, but there is no instrument in your environment. Maybe you're going to get the instrument from church or from a friend or from a group that's in your community that plays that instrument. So it's stuff like that, Babukumi. So what I'm saying is take time and look at what you have and what influence. This is why I'm saying a youth must be able to interpret context and realities. Because now you have a vision for your future. You know that, Babukumbi, there are some unfortunate circumstances where I used to know this family. I think I was still staying at Ulundi at the time. There was a family there, the father there had so much passion for music. It was well known in the community when you passed there around about 4 to 5. They're going to be singing till maybe 8 o'clock.
The family now.
The family.
Okay.
And we knew that if you want to play with that guy, the kids in that family, your soccer, it does not. It is impossible. It's not going to happen because they are there training and they are well known to be training at the time.
And they are performing community activities.
Yeah, the question is, do they like it or don't? That's as a topic for another day. Right?
Ngoba umbuzo lana mhlambe bengizothini. How if as a young man I'm clear about my vision. Bese kuthi i-vision kababa ngami, I can see ukuthi is suffocating my vision.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting, Babukom. This thing of making it simple. Is it who said this? I think it's Richard Branson, speaking about the founder of Vision Group, Virgin Active, and whatever versions there. So he says, wise people make complicated matter simple, but fools make simple matters complicated. So basically, that's a complicated matter that you have. You are being pushed, you are being forced, coerced to do this thing because your father wants it. He wants it done. I'm going to share a story with you. A renowned leadership expert, John C. Maxwell, right? John C. Maxwell is born in this family, a well-known family in the community, born to a preacher and I don't know, a pastor's wife, something like that. So their family is a family that has a big church. And as a son, he is asked to get married and then continue the family legacy. And I did some research on the gentleman, and I found out that he doesn't have a secular qualification. He has theology. Why? Because his father was a theologian, he's a pastor. And then at some point, he started working in the church with his wife. And then he had a realization, this is not me. He took a very painful decision to tell his father, I'm not going to become a pastor in your church. And he had to do something that he hasn't really seen before. A leadership expert. Have you seen a vacancy for that? So he needed to do that. And in him, currently, we're looking at about maybe 60 books that the gentleman has authored. Have so many companies, a lot of corporate, like 500 Fortune companies he has helped. He had to make the decisions because that is why we're saying, if you're a youth, you must be able to interpret context and realities of your situations, because the more you read into situations, the more you are able to take informed decisions. It's the more you are able to separate you from your family and understand, though we are family, but we are not serving the same vision at some point. Because, for example, you can't say, because my father is a mechanic, therefore everybody in the family is supposed to be a mechanic. If I have maybe a spirit, like I have to make, I know it's a professional sense, but a spirit of healing people. I want to be a doctor. I even get dreams of medicine out there, right? And I'm able to put this thing in lab context and make those medicines and have them approved by the board of medical practitioners, right? So those things are in me. I can't be involved in solving engines. My engine is the human body.
Yeah.
So then you have to make that distinction. You know, Babu Kumbi, these things, they hit hard. I was invited in one school in matric dance, and I learned that I was speaking above their heads. And I know that as a speaker, you're not supposed to do that. But I've learned that young people, when they study, this is the harsh reality, Babukom. When they study, they study to become successful. They study to have money. They don't study for vision.
Yeah.
So when they don't study for vision, they will take anything that is recommended. But the thing,
aze athathe nalokho angakufundelanga at all, because there's no vision.
And Babu Kumbi, you find that because on the earth we have limited time and we have some things that we need to do, and those things speaks to us. Our environment is dictated by our vision. I know maybe that this must be a very simple statement, but it's very important. You know that, Babu Kumbi, even the person that you marry, the people whom you speak to, those people, if you are in line with your vision, the level of eloquence that you have to them becomes so clear and so vivid that they can't run away from. But if you are walking outside of vision, you might have the same audience, same person, but you cannot be heard. You cannot shine in your environment because you just took it because it was recommended. You were told this thing is high paying. And then you find within you that gifts that resides in you are not compatible with the environment you have been recommended to be in.
Yeah. Ziyenzeka lezi zinto. Ngifuna ukuthi sometimes kwesinye isikhathi we have the high rate of unemployment youth.
Yes.
Ilahlekela.
Yeah. The vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen this mistake. I've seen people taking courses because they're easy. I'm not saying people are supposed to take hard courses, but they just take them because they're easy. I remember at some point, we used to share a room in one of our university residence with this guy. I think in a week, I used to see him twice. We were sharing a room. He is a student, but I used to see him twice because most of his days of the week, he's out there partying and doing whatever. And he finished his course in record time. Imagine such potential. 5 days a week, not doing anything but wasting time. You see, I'm not talking about a guy who was not able to finish on record time. But did he serve the vision? Did he accumulate the information, the resources? He just passed on paper. From there, I've never heard of him or seen him. I do not know what happens.
What happened?
This is what the Bible says, right? King Solomon. To everything there's a season, a time for every purpose under the sun, under the heaven. A time to be born, time to die, time to plant, and a time to pluck out what is planted. Time to kill, and a time to heal. Time to break down, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. You do not dance when you're still mourning. A youth that has a vision understands that there is a time allocated to everything. I cannot just wake up on Monday and I'm saying, it's time for celebration. No, go to work.
Doing the right thing at the wrong time.
Yes, doing the right. So those are the things that you need to put in order. You cannot celebrate when you're still building. Finish what you're doing, and then there's a time for celebration. Go through as the youth. You know, I don't want to say I'm speaking for the less privileged, but in university, you find that even the meals that you eat there, they are horrible. That's why most of us, when we finish varsity, we get fat. It's because we start eating things that we could only dream of because of the meals that we eat there. You eat cornflakes with not the liquid milk. You have to make up your powder milk and put water in there so that you can have milk, because you have cornflakes and sometimes the fridges may not be so readily available for you, or even if you have fridges, they're not safe because you're sharing it with a lot of people. We've heard some guys like even posting on social media, my rooms are still stole my meat. So those are things that happen there. So, but if you're a youth with a vision, you endure all those times. You endure your parent not being able to give you money at varsity because you have seen the future, and you cannot say you're resting while you have not attained your goals. So that is the resilient youth, Babukumbi, that we talking when we're talking about a youth with a vision. It's people who have no option in giving up. They just can't give up.
Asivale ngifuna ukuthi mhlawumbe abantu abangeke bakwazi ukubekezela kwivision yabo kusho ukuthi ngeke bakwazi ukurealize ama-fruits of a vision.
Yeah, there are steps towards getting to the vision. If you do not take them, you are not getting there. It's just simple as that. So the things that bothers us, the things that take our peace away, those are the steps we need to do. We take for us to get there. And that's how it is, Babukumbi. If you don't take your steps, you are not getting there.
Asibonga kakhulu baba uSikakhane, isikhathi njengamanje sithi 6 minutes after 8. So siyabonga kakhulu. Bakithi angazi ukuthi kodwa uNkulunkulu uyalenza ithuba sihlale about this presentation uthi siyenza physically kubantu basilalele, bayasibona, bazoba nemibuzo and so on and so on. Kodwa kuyokwenzeka ngelinye ilanga uNkulunkulu uyolenza iso ngendlela yakhe.
Thank you very much, Babukumbi. Siyabonga kakhulu nomlaleli ekhaya.
Thank you. Yabona umuntu ozoba nenhlanhla to listen to